It's another beautiful Sunday afternoon. This is Robin Minds. Welcome. My name is Ebuka Obiuchendu. Great to be back here after a couple of weeks, of months actually away. Yes, I have definitely missed all of you, missed being on the show, and glad to be back. Thanks a lot to all of the amazing hosts who sat in for me while I was away. Hero Daniels, Jafet Omojua, and of course Latasha Ngube, who were amazing at the work. And thanks for making me sit up, because now I know that I have replacements waiting to kick me off my show. But thanks a lot for joining us. We're going to have a great show as always, and continue to do great things here like we do every Sunday. And today we're going to be talking about very important things. The future of Awards Africa is back around the corner, and we did have the nominees revealed last Sunday on this show. So today we're going to be having a few of our guests who were nominees from the awards, talking about a lot of the great things they've been doing, why they were nominated, and of course the plans they have going forward. I have here with me Bright Jaja and Sheyi Oluwole. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations on being nominated.
You.
This is one of those awards where we know for sure that being nominated is a great feeling, and it's a great thing, because I mean it means you're recognized amongst a large pool of young Nigerians who are doing amazing things. Where were you when you heard that you were nominated?
I think I was in a cab. Oh no, I was actually at a workshop when I got a call.
Okay.
And I was surprised.
Who called you?
Her name is Korede, someone from the Future Awards. So she said, "Oh, you've been nominated for the Future Awards." I've been waiting for 15 years, so
wow,
very excited.
Wow, that's a long. Why do you think it took this long? What have you been doing the same thing in that time?
Yes, and actually, I was actually a teenager. It was actually the first Future Awards that I watched on TV, and I loved what I saw, and it literally just pushed me to want to be more.
Yes.
And I just always looked forward to. I just told myself, "Oh, I can't imagine growing older and then having this opportunity."
Amazing! That's actually an amazing story. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Did you wait 15 years as well?
Not really. I think I was in America when that happened. I went for the Forbes Under 30 Summit.
Okay.
I think so. I got back to the hotel and checked my mail, and I saw the mail, and I was like, "Wow, this is huge." I actually wanted to be on part of the nominees. I think about 2 years ago. And I was waiting for that to happen first before Forbes, because I had Forbes in mind, I had that in mind, and then Forbes happened before that. I was like, wow, this is like literally my two dreams just coming through at the same time, the same year.
Have you watched it for your friends? Because it looks like so many great things are happening.
I mean,
but did you see it coming though?
I kind of saw it coming, because, I mean, at first, based on what we do, I try to see how I can get on platforms like this so it can help project and tell our stories, because I stand for, like, I think the minority. So being on a platform like helps help tell the stories of these young people who are out there and who are, not appreciated for what they do. So it was good for me.
We'll get to your story. Sheyi, what were you nominated for?
For the education prize.
Because what do you do in education?
I run a free academy which teaches free dance, music, and drama to kids from the street or orphan kids. And then the funding from that is used to send them into school. So basically, it's just a way of putting them in school through the arts.
Yeah. How did this start?
Started from my personal story. I was kind of on the street when I was 12, and then I loved dancing, but my parents could never afford to take me to a dance class. I was out of school for a couple of times, and nobody actually came out to help us. So back then, I used to wish that someone would just, come up and help, but nobody did. But then I made up my mind that I was going to be that hope for other kids out there, even if nobody stood up and helped me. I made up my mind that I was going to help as many kids as I could.
And how many kids do you have now?
At the moment, I have 10 kids who live with me. And then
they live with you?
Yes.
Wow.
And then the academy in general, we have 20 kids who are enrolled into the academy.
So how do you find the children?
Sometimes people tell me stories. A couple of them, I would walk down the street in Itamaga, where I stay in Ikorodu, and I met a couple of them, maybe hawking or sitting by the road when they were supposed to be in school. So then I would walk up to them and be like, "Oh, why are you not in school?" Follow them home, talk to their parents, and then eventually let them come to me. And then sometimes people hear what I do, and if they know about a child that has maybe lost a parent or that is displaced, they'll give me a call and say, "Oh, hi, I know about this child." Yeah, and then we'll take it up from there.
Very impressive.
Yeah, thank you.
What are you nominated for?
Advocacy.
Okay. Yeah. What exactly are you advocating?
So basically, it's one of Nigeria's biggest problems, I would say, which is unemployment. And for me, I've just always thought about it from like a different perception, which is, why do we have almost 25 million people unemployed when we have about 30 million jobs available that nobody is actually looking at, right? So I discovered that a lot of young people rather go for a white-collar job because they feel like, technical and vocational skills or technical and vocational trade are for lower citizens or for the uneducated or people that are not so posh, like I would say. And I'm like, it doesn't make any sense where we don't need more lawyers or accountants. We need more hairdressers. We need more. I mean, how many cars do we have? Over 100 million cars. Who are the people fixing these cars? People wear dresses every day. People eat. Do you understand? So why can't we have more young people finding interest in things that are actually in demand and actually learning the skills that are required to actually make a living out of it? So, I mean, at the end of the day, I discovered that was the major problem, and there was a gap between the educational system and the job and the labor market, and I wanted to bridge that gap. And what I did was to now find a way to rebrand technical and vocational skills to make it look more attractive and more exciting for young people to say, you know what, I want to be that. And at the same time, add value to the skills because, I mean, they don't make so much money. How can I make them make more money? So I looked at two scenarios. What is different between Wizkid and a tiler? They're both artisans. Wizkid is an artist, he sings. This guy is a tiler, he tiles the wall or floor, right? So why is it that Wizkid is more appreciated than this tiler? It's because of mainstream media. So how can I take media and everything that Wizkid gets and that projects Wizkid and point it towards this Tyler and make him more famous and more appreciated so people can actually appreciate what he does? And we found a way to do that, and then that's what we've been doing. And so far, we've empowered a lot, I think thousands of young people, and we're going to like a whole new level. So our plan is to fill up 5 million jobs out of the 30 million that are available. And so far, I can say we've done a lot, and we're looking at expanding not just in Nigeria but all over Africa.
How long have you done this for?
2 years now.
Okay.
2 years now, and it's been amazing. I mean,
so are you training people? Do you have a school?
Because the standard, the level that we want to take this to is not basically, it doesn't exist in Nigeria at the moment. We don't train people at the moment. So what we do is we identify key partners who are already existing and have like a proper structure. And once we have young people coming towards us that they want to train and they want to learn a skill, we just direct them towards that because we can't train. We don't have the resources. We don't have the technical support. So we just identify. So we have partners like Bosch Fashion Academy. These guys they have like amazing tools and they have like the latest technology. So we just direct our young people towards there and they get the best in such a way that they can actually represent Nigeria at the world skills level. Yeah. I mean, it's been amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys seem to sort of do some,
Similar,
like a cross between a lot of what you're doing.
Yeah.
And what I think I get from all of this is education.
Yeah.
And I know it's one of the biggest issues a lot of Nigerians have today with just the system and the country and what we are churning out, from our schools and just... What is your take on education in Nigeria, where we are now? And do you see any hope? And I'm talking strictly from government now. I know there's a lot of people like you who are doing your things in your corners and on different scales. But from government, I mean, education, whether we like it or not, is hugely a responsibility of government. What do you see in that space? Are you happy?
Sincerely, no, I am not. And most of the kids that actually enroll in my academy are actually going to private schools. And that's because I don't have much faith in the public schools, and sometimes most of them are not taught properly. And I've actually had to withdraw a child from a public school because he was 10, I believe, and he couldn't read anything in English and couldn't write in English, and the classes were overcrowded. And then sometimes when kids drop out of school, nobody in government school cares. If you don't come to school, they don't care. They won't follow up with you.
There's even more space for other people.
Exactly. There's more space for other people to sit. And in the past, when I couldn't cope, we did try to even enroll some kids in public school, maybe for their senior secondary school, since they already have the perfect foundation from primary school. But even that is difficult. Yeah. So, I mean, I think that there is a lot to do. And there's even also a research that says that our educational system generally in Nigeria is not even training kids for the future jobs that are coming up. So that's one of the things that I do, just to make sure that they are trained even through life skills. And it's not just, some of them might not become dancers or musicians, but just having the work culture and knowing that whatever you want, you have to work for it.
I mean, your kids have become quite famous, become quite sensational online. We've seen international celebrities even talk about them and retweet them. So I know I've seen comments go both ways. So are we exposing these children a little too early to this sort of life? What happens when... Because we hear a lot about child stars abroad, how sometimes they end up going left, at the end of the day. But there's also the angle which you're talking about, of course, because these are people who need help. Yes. So how are you able to balance that, in the long run for them? Is this something you look at?
Yes, I try my best to run a tight ship. I mean, we're all humans, and then for kids like this who have never gotten attention, sometimes that attention tries to get into their head. And people who follow us sometimes notice that they might see a child today and sometimes they won't see them maybe for another 2 months. So what I do is once I feel like you are losing focus, you actually take a back seat from dancing or anything. So you just focus on school. Then when I see that you are ready to get your act together, then you can come back to dance. And then sometimes also the ones that live with me, I let them visit home so that they can remember exactly where they are coming from and also where they want to be. Because for me, this is also a ticket for a better life. So it's like it's a ticket for you to leave the slum and then for you to have a better life. So it's not meant to be a vicious cycle where you have the same exact life that your parents have had. Yes.
I know I feel like every day I watch the news, the local news in Nigeria. There's a new vocational training center opening somewhere in Nigeria, either by a governor or the governor's wife or some local government chairman. It's a constant thing, but it doesn't seem like they're very sustainable. So it feels like, at least from government, we know there's a need for what you are doing, but there seems to be a lack of willpower. So I don't know what it is exactly. Are there attempts by you to sort of collaborate on that sort of scale with government?
Yes, we've tried. I think, like I always tell, when I find myself in any space where I have to talk about these problems, I always tell people that the problem is not even the technical schools, it's the perception. Yes. I mean, I was an art student, even in secondary school. Nobody cares about you if you're an art student. Like, you don't know anything. That's why you're
leftovers.
there. Do you understand what I'm saying? That perception. I mean, which parent will let their kid marry a bricklayer? Do you understand? It's the perception. If you don't change the way people see the skills, if you don't celebrate the people who have decided to go towards this direction, you won't find young people actually even interested to even want to do these things in the first place. So I think, I always say this, we should invest in changing that societal perception, that narrative that says that, a good job is a white-collar job, right? We need to change that. We have every single year, university graduates about 500,000 people. Now, guess what? Over the past 10 years, technical schools have graduated only 200,000 people. Over the past 10 years, they've delivered just 200,000 certificates. Over the past 10 years. Do you understand how big how big a problem that is? Right? So we need to change that narrative. We need to get more young people to say, you know what? I want to be a bricklayer and there's nothing wrong with that. I want to be a hairdresser and there's nothing wrong with that because you're solving a problem. Right? So I think it goes down to that. If a governor wants to promote skills, don't go and build one technical school that at the end of nobody's going to attend. Start by showing an example and letting the young people understand that you don't have to be a scientist, you don't have to be a doctor or a lawyer. You can be a great mechanic.
How's the reaction been, though? Because I know this perception is even a lot from the people you're trying to help.
Yes.
Like you said, a lot of young people don't find it very attractive. Yes. So what's the response been?
It's been amazing.
With young people?
It's been amazing because of the opportunities that we have created. For the first time, we took, artisans from here to Russia. Like we took a tailor and a web designer to Russia to attend the World Skills competition. Now, first of all, seeing this, a lot of people probably hear it for the first time. There's an organization called the World Skills Organization that has, just like FIFA or NBA, they have 85 member countries. Young people from all over the world come to compete in technical and vocational skills. I mean, it's huge, right? That's where we actually found out that, a lot of young people are actually there's a lot of collaboration between the private sector and the government from these various countries. So what we've done, if you go to our Instagram page and you see the pictures and the videos and how we've been able to create that whole environment and that whole system that actually embraces skills and showcases it in a way that nobody has ever actually seen. Yeah. It just gives people a better understanding that there's a home, there's a community for the skilled people right now. And a lot of people are actually now coming. I mean, we have about 7,000 followers and our Instagram account was open like a year ago. And, it's changing that narrative gradually. And I'm sure that if we're able to get the government to pay attention, and not just the government, the private sector and the influencers.
Very important.
Especially the influencers. Like, I say it a lot, like Whiskey, Davido, and the rest of them. If you know the value that they add to the system, if they can let people understand that you don't have to wait for something that is not there. Try something new. Yeah. Let them talk about, let them project these things. Even in the music video, in the movies, don't put the bricklayer as the poor guy. In the movie scene, the bricklayer is the poor guy, the carpenter is the poor guy. Change that. Make them understand that this bricklayer is a bricklayer, but he drives a nice car. It's possible. They build the houses that we live in. We need to change that narrative, and that's what we're trying to do.
All right, so speaking about the awards now, how confident are you feeling? So I'm sure you've seen your fellow nominees, and you're like, You've seen the profiles. I mean, are you excited? Are you nervous? What are your thoughts going in?
For me...
You can brag some more, don't worry.
I mean, for me, what I just do mostly is I'm like, well, you got nominated. Because for I had waited a couple of years and it never happened. So it wasn't on my mind at all this time. I was just doing my thing. So sometimes when I get a little bit nervous, I'm just like, well, I mean, you were nominated. So
we crossed one bridge.
Exactly, that's something. But I mean, I've looked at all the other people that were in the same category. My hopes are up. I've been praying. But yeah, I mean, whatever happens, I'm happy for whoever gets it. The nomination in itself is really huge.
And what does this sort of nomination do for your work, even?
I mean,
things you do?
There are people who haven't even heard about me, who heard about me through this. And also, most importantly, for my kids. I think that it's a huge thing. Yeah, it validates all the hard work, because we've been at this for a while. Yeah. And so it validates. Immediately I got the nomination, I showed them nomination certificate. I'm like, so you guys, you know, is what this means. Even if we don't win, I'm going to laminate the nomination certificate and put it in our studio so that everybody that comes in can see it. But it's just that thing where, you know what, guys, you can do it. I didn't come from a silver spoon background that much, and look at where I am, so we can do it, you can do it. I mean, we've had a couple of times where we don't get exactly what we want. But for me, I think that it's just huge. I just always want something that just inspires them, to make them know that you can do better, you can go higher. And there's no point in life where you get to where you're like, I'm there. There's always room for improvement.
That's the spirit. Yes. I'm sure you're feeling very confident.
I think for me, everybody on that list is amazing. I don't think that advocacy should actually be a competition, because for you to actually wake up in the morning and say you want to do something for other people, you're a winner. Do you understand? So I don't feel like it's a competition. Anybody that wins deserves to win. That's me. For me, the benefit is the fact that I am really pushing for, young people to appreciate and drive have a passion for skills. And this platform, like having to be here and have this conversation with you, is a huge opportunity for me to pass that message. Yeah. We have this competition that we run across the country, and we're hosting the final big one here in Lagos on the 4th and 5th at Landmark Center. And I want to drive young people to come to that venue and watch these young people display their skills in a very extraordinary way. So for me, the hype and everything drives young people into that. Let people come and see the value that we've placed on skills. Let them see the opportunities that are there. So, I mean, it's big for me already. So whether I win or lose, I don't think I can actually lose. I think I won already for being here. And, I also want to commend every single person on that category for the amazing things that they're doing. So we're all winners.
Oh, good luck, Seyi Oluwole, TFAA nominee 2019 for education. Oluyole?
Yes, it's
Oluyole, I beg your pardon. And Bright Jaja nominee for 2019 in advocacy. Good luck to all of you.
Thank you.
May the best man, woman, person win.